Flood Protection Secrets, the podcast to the protection against heavy rain and flooding by Dr. Flood, Andreas Klippe.
So the big challenge is, how can house owners like you and me get a flood-free home? How can business managers like you and me get a flood-free company? And how can public servants provide flood-free critical infrastructure and livable cities?
Flood Protection Secrets, the podcast by Dr. Flood, Andreas Klippe. This podcast is for foresighted and proactive people who do not want to shovel the muddy water out of their room while standing in the midst of the disaster.
Therefore, those who design and plan, the architects and engineers, need to construct such buildings and cities, and that even when the entire environment is completely flooded. That is a challenge, and this podcast will give the answers.
Flood Protection Secrets, the podcast by Dr. Flood, Andreas Klippe.
Yes, hello and welcome to another episode of Flood Protection Secrets. We are sweating through another heat wave here in Germany. It's the first week of July 2025 and forecasters expect 38 to 40 degrees, maybe new records for this year. And while I'm recording it, it's already beginning of August, and I must say all forecasts were right. Yes, we have seen the 38 to 40 degrees. And these were new records. And July was one of the hottest, I think even the hottest months of July in history. But here's something to think about while you try to stay cool. In 20 years, we might look back and remember this summer as one of the coldest of the next 30 years. Because while we feel the heat today, it's a warning about what's coming tomorrow. And that is not only true for Germany, it's true for every part, every location in the world. Wherever you are, whether you are in the south of Africa, in the middle of Asia, in the north of Europe, or somewhere in South, Middle, or North America. And what's coming tomorrow, it isn't just heat, it's water. More water than many can handle. And that is the topic for today. The topic is facing heat, question mark, why it means flooding tomorrow. And let's start with the question, why heat today is water tomorrow. When we talk about climate change, most people think of rising temperatures and hot days. But that heat doesn't stay put. Hotter air heats up the soil, warms the air layers above us, and raises the temperatures of our rivers, lakes, and oceans. And what happens when water gets warmer? Ha! Evaporation! And lots of it! Yes, just think of heating water for your tea or coffee in the morning. It already produces quite a lot of steam. Now imagine that happening on a global scale every day, with oceans and entire land masses acting like giant kettles, pumping moisture into the air, more than at any time in human history. And what does that mean for your building, your city, your business? More water in the air creates more clouds. And when these clouds are pushed inland and make landfall, all that moisture has to go somewhere. It falls as rain. But not just gentle showers. With slower wind patterns and blocked weather systems, we now see rain that dumps huge volumes of water in a short period, sometimes in just 30 minutes, flooding entire streets, subways, and buildings. It's not just a theory. We have seen it in Dubai, New York, Nairobi, Sydney, Doha, Manila, Singapore, Frankfurt, London, and many more cities. This is the reality we face. If you're planning flood protection for your home, your warehouse, your commercial building, or your factory, or your city's critical infrastructure, the old benchmarks no longer apply. Don't plan your flood barriers for the water levels you see today. Design them for the future water levels you will face tomorrow. And planning now for higher flooding will save you. 4 points. Number 1, your property and inventory. Number 2, your budget from repeated repairs. Planning now for higher flooding will save your business continuity. Planning now for higher flooding will save and give you peace of mind. And it will save your city and community from the disasters that follows unprepared flooding. Don't wait for the government. You must think to protect your property by yourself. That is your duty as well. You cannot say, the government must protect me from the rain. No, that is not the duty of the government. Yes, the government should think about a good public sewer. But with all these masses of water, every public sewer will be too small. So that means automatically flooding occurs with the urban planning. And sometimes there is no urban planning because it is just concreting the cities, and the water cannot disappear anymore because there's no way out anymore. So what is the conclusion? The next time you feel the heat, like what I mentioned here from the July heat in Germany, remember, it's not just a heat wave. It's a warning about the floods of tomorrow. And you know very well, at the end of every episode, normally I always share one golden nugget with you, and I found another one. Here it comes. Don't build for today's floods. Build for tomorrow's. The cost of planning higher now is nothing compared to rebuilding after a flood. It will save you a lot of money. So if you need support for your building, your area, or your city, reach out now. Contact me or call me directly. And if you found this episode valuable, subscribe to Flood Protection Secrets for practical insights to keep you, your team, and your project flood-free. And that's what I wish you and everybody. Stay safe and stay flood-free. I wish and hope for you that you make the right decisions when it comes to your personal flood protection. And if you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to this podcast channel if you haven't already. Now it only remains for me to wish you a good day. Do something with it. Maybe until the next podcast episode. I would be very happy. See you then. As always, stay safe and flood free. Your Andreas Klippe and the whole Flood Experts team.
That's it again with a new episode of Flood Protection Secrets, the podcast by Dr. Flood, Andreas Klippe, German engineer, book author, and head of the Flood Experts. What can Dr. Flood, Andreas Klippe protect for you? Anytime? Worldwide? Contact us or just click through to www.floodexperts.de/bonus. Detailed engineering. German quality. Safe. Flood protection secrets. The secrets you'll want to unfold.
Don't forget, you're only one flood barrier away.
Subscribe to the season, and you'll never be late for an episode.